Hey you all, it's your girl J Prince coming to you again. Yeah, I'm trying. Y'all work with your girl, okay? J Loves, I'm back. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And if you haven't watched The Law of Attraction, please, the manifestation, please go check that out or whatever, because there's some cool things that happened to me with that. But this story time is about he called me fat. I'm gonna try to wrap this up as much as I can, but let me just say when I'm gonna call him Mr. Three. When I first met Mr. Number Three, we met through a mutual friend. From what it was said that he wasn't into big girls or thick girls, and at the time when he first met me, I was thick. I believe I was like a size 12. A 14 was fitting me too big, so to me that's kind of like slim thick. So you know, a friend of mine was like, I think y'all would make such a cute couple, but he likes skinny girls and all this other stuff. But I want him to see you, Jay. I want him to see you because I know that he'll fall for you or whatever. So, I was like, oh, for the challenge and everything. And one thing that us girls, what we love to do, and this is grown folks. So I was like, why you want me to hook up with him and blah 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 this and that. She was like, girl, because she was like the brother, he is like, well endowed, this and that or whatever. And I was like, okay, whatever. I'm like, So at the time I was like going through in my relationship or whatever. So I'm like, I'm up for the challenge to see. Cause she was like, they was like, he only talked to little skinny girls or whatever. They was like, but they never, he never seen you and everything else. And like I told my dude, she was like, my boyfriend, that if he see my friend, he gonna fall for my friend. So that's basically how it got started. So I was like, okay, I'm up for it or whatever. So I'm like, okay, he got a, yeah, whatever. So let's see. So I end up going over there with her one night. And when I went over there with her, I think we all went to the park because the guys was hooping. And I was like, girl, who is that? Who is that? Whatever. And she was like, that's him. He was so my type. He was very athletic. You could tell, like, he played football just fine. I was like, oh, yeah. So, in a girl's mind, you like, oh, you try to size up another guy. You try to size the guy, see how he matches with you. So I was like, yeah, he's cute or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So that night, I wasn't for sure if he saw me or not. But the word got out. She came and she said, Jay, he saw you. And he asking who you are. She said, I know it. I know it. If I bring you around, he was going to be interested and be wondering who you are. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I don't know what ended up happening with us. I believe because, he ended up, having his relationship. I ended up working it out with my relationship, and we just kind of parted ways. But it was like one of those things where you always asking how that person doing and stuff. So slowly but surely, we start hanging out, and we ended up being really good friends and everything else. And it was like nothing else. That's just what it was. But over time, over years, we never left each other. I guess in the mindset, in like he's always in the back of my mind, like what if? And I had to been in the back of his mind. We tried to work things through, but it wasn't working out. I just knew from what he was showing, you all, like when we would go out and everything else, I mean, and it would be my friends too or whatever, he'll pay for people drinks just to have a good time. And me, I like that. I was like, okay, he's showing up, he's stepping up, I can see us together. And he was a great provider. He always had a job, he always took care of business. And he had a lot of qualities that I felt like that, we could have really, really just been over the moon at this time. We could have been that power couple. That's in my mind. But it was always some shadiness. And then he had baby mama drama. And it was just like too much for me. And I ended up just like letting it go. And with what I do, I give him another chance. When I give him another chance, he jacked that up. And I don't want to really say too much because it's just what it is, okay? But he was just so janky. He wasn't keeping it real with me and all of this other stuff, but he gave me false hopes on stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? I'm not dealing with him no more. The last time I talked to him, I told him, I said, look, don't call me no more. I was like, I'm over you. I was like, I can't do this no more. I say, lose my number. And I meant that. I meant that. I was over him and everything. So fast forward into time, maybe like 3 years later. And I'm doing me. I don't think I was dating. I was dating, but I wasn't in a commitment with nobody. I was just doing my own thing. And so my brother was like, hey, old boy came to the house. And I forgot. I don't even know how he. Oh yeah, he knew where I lived because, of course, I was there like 3 years already or whatever. So he remembered that I lived there in the apartment. So he came by, and my brother was like, "Man, he looking for you. Man, he seems sincere. He was like, he miss you. He's like, man, this dude love you, man. He was like, give him another chance, Jay." I was like, no. I ain't got time for him, Mr. Three. He can really skip along. I was just like not having it. Well, because I was listening to him and I was listening to other people around me saying like, hey, give him a chance. He's coming back. He's a good guy. I gave him a chance. Well, when I gave him that chance and everything, things were starting to look on the up and up. It seemed like that, we was getting on the track of what we both wanted. He wanted the same things as I wanted, but that was all talk. Then, his sister was like telling me things, and like a couple of people, friends also, and like one of my friends that was close, she was like, his family is really like, they really like you a lot. She was like, and they really think you're a really good match for him and all of this other stuff. And they was like, but he was like bringing other females around and they knew about it, and he making me look crazy. But and it was like, well, what about Jay? Jay is more stable. You picking all these riffraff girls and all this other stuff. He was like, Jay fat. I was like, what? I was like, he been knowing that I was fat, that I've been gaining weight. Like, he's been knowing me pretty much over 8, 9 years. This is not something that just happened over time, and I was just like really devastated by it. I was really hurt by it. But like when I was talking to his cousin, and his cousin, I was like, man, I can't believe this. And they asked me like not to confront him about it because they don't want, I guess, it to be a rift, but I never did. But I was hurt by it. So I talked to my cousin about it and I talked to his cousin about it. And, his cousin was like, Jay, it's nothing wrong with you. That's just a cop out on his ass because he been knowing you was a heavy set girl. But the thing is that he like dealing with riffraff, and you too much of a woman for him. You too much of a challenge. He really have to step his game up a whole lot with you. I mean, the games is over with. It's time to level up. And they was like, and he doesn't want to level up. And I'm gonna tell you something. I was hurt, and I felt like I was betrayed by a friend because I was like, I never came looking for you. You came looking for me. So, it just put me in I don't know, a bad space with him because I'm just like, what were you trying to do? Did you think you could use me? Because I'm not that person that you can use. Like, I don't mind helping anybody, but I'm not nobody's damn fool either, and that was me. So I'm like, well, he's not gaining nothing from me. If anything else, he's the one who's doing, whatever. But I was just like, you know what? If a guy can't accept me for who I am or whatever, I'm done with it. So I'm just glad that that part of my life, that chapter is over because I was letting that person come in and out. Because like I say, we had good chemistry at the time, but the older we getting, I'm not getting any younger. I can't keep playing games. No, absolutely not. And I want to say like the very last time, probably like not too long ago, probably like 2 years ago or whatever, he was trying to reach out and was like he wanted to take me out and everything else. And I'm just like, I was over it. Like, we can't do nothing, homie. Nothing. Okay? And I just say this to anybody. Don't ever let nobody make you feel less than what you are or get in your head and tell you things to make you feel bad about yourself. Like, I can really say, like, I was really jacked up by, like, who who the hell, like, it puzzled me because I'm like, I didn't come looking for you. You came looking for me. But don't let nobody play games with you in your head, J Loves. And I just feel like I wanted to share that story and get it off my chest because somebody else may be going through the same thing or whatever. But you have to be strong in your mindset and just keep moving forward. If they can't see the value in you, baby, let them go and play with swine because you're pearls and diamonds, honey. All right, so I gotta go, but I hope you all enjoyed this story time. Bye bye.